What is up, guys? Welcome back. So, The Boys is over. 7 years. Done. Finished. Gone. And I've been sitting here for the past few days staring at my ceiling, trying to figure out how I feel about it. And I think I finally landed somewhere. I'm not even angry. I'm just confused. So today we're getting into it. The good, the bad. Let's go. First things first, A-Train. They killed A-Train in episode 1. Episode 1. This man spent 4 seasons going from villain to kind of redeemable to actually a decent person to genuinely one of the most interesting arcs on the show. And they used that redemption arc to kill him in the premiere. Now look, I get it. It was poetic. He swerved out of the way to save someone, just like he didn't do with Robin in season 1. Full circle, beautiful, lovely, very touching. But bro, you really couldn't let him make it to episode 4? He goes from one of the most compelling characters on the show to basically a cold open sacrifice. He died so the audience could feel something in episode 1, and then spend the rest of the season forgetting he existed. A-Train deserved a whole episode built around his goodbye. And the internet agrees with me on this one. People were heated. A-Train was one of the last characters with an actual ongoing arc, and they used him as shock value kindling. Criminal. Speaking of criminal, Soldier Boy. Now let me be very clear. Jensen Ackles came back for this. He showed up. He was ready. And the writers looked at him, looked at the script, and went, yeah, you can stand in the corner. What was the point? What was the actual point of bringing Soldier Boy back if he contributes essentially nothing to the endgame? His whole presence this season felt like a season 2 subplot that accidentally wandered into the finale. He's there, he does some stuff, and then he's gone. Irrelevant, sidelined. A background character in a story he literally helped start. They built him up as this massive wild card in season 3, the only person who could actually hurt Homelander. And then in the final season, they just don't use that. They leave that entire dynamic on the table. Soldier Boy in season 5 was the TV equivalent of buying a flamethrower and using it to light a birthday candle. Oh, and yeah, Kimiko can talk now. And look, I wanted to like this. I genuinely did. Kimiko is a great character. Her silence was one of her defining traits. But her whole dialogue just feels so off. Honestly, she sounds like someone wrote all her lines using ChatGPT. It just sounds so weird.
Oh, wow. Your skin is so oily, like hugging a McRib.
Did you just... How?
Speech therapy and therapy and so much
TikTok.
Well, you sure sound like you're on TikTok.
Vought got tired of me ripping off their guards' faces, so they deported me to Manila. I tried to sneak back once in the wheel well of a 747, but I fell out at 10,000 feet. Oh man, that took a hot minute to regrow. They found my asshole like a mile away.
And the whole V1 situation, this one genuinely broke my brain. So Soldier Boy gives Homelander Compound V1, essentially a massive power upgrade. And the reason, the stated reason, is because that's what Stormfront would have wanted. I'm sorry, what? Stormfront, his ex, that's the emotional justification? A man who spent an entire season trying to kill Homelander hands him the equivalent of a nuclear power-up because of a woman who, from his perspective, had feelings for Homelander too? And okay, I get that grief makes people do irrational things, but this is Soldier Boy. This is a man defined by ego, rage, and a complete inability to process emotion in a healthy way. His response to heartbreak is not, here, have a gift on her behalf. His response to heartbreak is punching something through a wall. The logic doesn't track for this character. It feels like the writers needed a reason, any reason, to get the V1 into Homelander's hands, and they reach for the most emotionally convenient one without asking whether it actually fits the man doing it. And then, even if you accept that logic, which I don't, but even if you do, what was the point of Homelander getting the V1? He gets this massive power upgrade. The most powerful supe on the planet gets more powerful. Okay, stakes are raised. We're cooking. And then he gets killed anyway. The V1 did nothing. It changed nothing. It was a dramatic gesture with zero dramatic payoff. It's like spending a whole episode showing a character sharpening a legendary sword, building it up as this unstoppable weapon, and then in the final battle, he slips on a banana peel and somebody else wins. Totally pointless plot. And then the fight we've been anticipating since season 1. The fight between Butcher and Homelander. And I need to be honest with you first. I actually liked it. I did. There's something genuinely tense and raw about it. It felt personal in a way that a giant CGI war might not have. Two broken men in a room settling something that's been 7 years in the making. I felt that. But here's my problem, and it's a big one. The entire marketing for this season, the trailers, the teasers, the synopses, the hype machine, was built around one word.
Scorched Earth.
The official Season 5 trailer literally described Homelander as ready to go scorched earth on the entire planet. The synopsis said, "It's the climax, people. Big stuff's gonna happen." The show spent 5 seasons building Homelander as this barely contained nuclear bomb of a man, a narcissist with god-level powers who, when pushed to his absolute limit, was supposed to detonate. We all had a picture in our heads. Homelander completely unhinged, V1 coursing through him, deciding that if he's going down, he's taking the whole city with him. Lasers carving through buildings, half of Washington on fire. The kind of chaos that reminds you why this man was the most feared being on the planet. That's what Scorched Earth meant. That's what we were promised. What we got was burned carpet and broken furniture in the Oval Office. And I'm not even making that up. And the frustrating thing is, you can feel what the fight wanted to be. The bones are good, but it's over too fast and it's too contained. One fan on Reddit said it best. You have 2 people with Homelander's powers and 2 other supes all in one room. You could have had them flying through the skies, through the city, really demonstrating what they're capable of. But the whole fight just happens in one room? Really? Season 2 and 3 had more physical destruction in random mid-season episodes than the finale did. Fans were pointing that out immediately, and they're not wrong. Here's what I think happened. The emotional ending, Homelander crying, breaking down, being exposed, that part was clearly always the vision. And it's perfect, I'll get to that. But I think in prioritizing that emotional landing, they pulled back on the physical spectacle way too early. The fight ended before it felt like it had really begun. You're sitting there like, wait, is that it? The fight needed to breathe more. It needed one sequence, just one, where Homelander truly cuts loose, where you see why the whole world was terrified of this man, where Butcher is genuinely overwhelmed and you wonder, even for a moment, if he's actually going to survive this. The emotional payoff at the end would have hit even harder if we just watched Homelander spend 3 minutes turning the White House into rubble. Instead, we got a fight that, for all its genuine tension, felt like it was shot on a budget that ran out 2 episodes earlier. And after 5 years of being told to brace for Scorched Earth, that stings. And this brings me to something that genuinely puzzled me as a viewer. After taking the V1, Homelander, in the final fight, feels significantly weaker than he's ever been. Like, this man in previous seasons tangled with Soldier Boy, took hits that would level buildings, and was presented as essentially unkillable. And now, with the V1 boost, he gets beaten in what feels like a pretty standard office brawl. Where's the power scaling? Where's the sense that we're watching something physically impossible being overcome? It made the big climactic fight feel smaller than fights from earlier seasons, which is a wild thing to achieve when you're supposed to be going bigger. Quick one, but I have to bring this up because it's been living rent-free in my head. Starlight and the Deep are enemies. They're about to fight, and Starlight, for some reason, decides to fly him to the ocean. Now, I need you to think about this carefully. Starlight is fighting the Deep. The Deep. A man whose entire identity is the ocean. His powers? Ocean. His friends? Ocean. And she voluntarily flies him there. That's like fighting Aquaman and going, you know what? Let's settle this at the beach. Worst part is, she doesn't know that the sea creatures have actually turned on him at this point. That whole situation is completely off her radar. So from her perspective, she just willingly delivered her enemy to his single greatest power source, no hesitation. She essentially drove him to work. There's no strategic read where this makes sense. If anything, taking the Deep anywhere near water is the last thing you want to do. You take him literally anywhere that doesn't have fish in it. But nope, ocean it is. The writers needed them in the water, and Starlight just had to take the L on the logic. Speaking of logic, there's Sister Sage. Oh, Sister Sage. She's supposed to be the smartest person on the planet, and she spends this season being one of the worst written characters on the show. Honestly, she has to be one of the dumbest written smartest characters, compared to other shows. Her arc doesn't feel like the world's smartest person making calculated moves. It feels like the writers kept changing their minds about what she should do, and just had her roll with it. Until she gets depowered and goes to Harry Potter world. Right. They had a fascinating character with incredible potential, and used her as a plot convenience for 2 seasons, before sending her on a theme park vacation. And since we're here, shout out to everyone who watched 2 full seasons of Gen V, expecting it to matter. Marie Moreau was hyped up as someone capable of killing Homelander. She never actually joined the fight. Starlight mostly sidelined her to crowd control. People on X were saying, I can't believe I watched 2 seasons of Gen V for absolutely nothing. And I feel that in my soul. Okay. I've been roasting this show for several minutes, and I need to be honest with you. Some of it was great. Homelander's death? Perfect. Genuinely, beautifully, poetically perfect. This man spent 5 seasons being the most terrifying presence on television, and in his final moments, stripped of his powers, beaten and exposed, he cries, like a scared little boy, in front of everyone who ever worshipped him. That's the whole show right there. That scene earned every second of 5 seasons of build-up. Anthony Starr is one hell of a genius for playing this role so perfectly. Butcher's death was also genuinely moving. The man who wanted to kill all Supes, killed by the one person he actually loved like a brother, after one final act of attempting to do the right thing the wrong way. That's Butcher. That was always going to be Butcher. And the fact that it was him who killed Homelander was perfect. The broken, obsessive, self-destructive man who made it his entire reason for living. He got his moment. And then Huey took him out right after, because the show was never going to let Butcher just win cleanly. It was earned, all of it. So where does that leave us? The Boys Season 5 to me is less of a disaster. It's more of a disappointment. And sometimes that's worse, because you can see exactly what it could have been. The bones of a great finale are there. The execution of those bones is where things went sideways. The showrunner Eric Kripke admitted he was hurt by the online backlash, and honestly, I get it. This was clearly a passion project that didn't land for a lot of people. 7 years, and we got a ChatGPT Kimiko, an irrelevant Soldier Boy, an office fight finale, and a basically useless Sister Sage. But we also got Homelander getting a satisfying death, and Billy Butcher getting one last goodbye. Mixed bag. But that ending though? That ending was alright. So yeah, drop in the comments. Did you love it? Hate it? Somewhere in between? I want to know. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.